Good Meridian. Welcome on in, everybody. Just getting the live stream set up right now, so give me a couple of moments to get everything in place for that. People usually need a few minutes anyway, just to recognize that we are live and get in here. Do a mic check, mic check. Let's try that again. Check, check, check. Let's try that again. Check, check, check. All right. Okay, what else do we got? Checked our microphones. Looks like we are live. Settings are all good. Okay. So yeah, one more thing. We need to fix up the microphone a little bit here. Let's get that going. Give me 1 second. There we go. I think that's generally a little bit better sounding. Guess we'll put into chat. Good Meridian. Whether that is AM or PM for you, I hope your Meridian is going well. All right, so of course we had our morning stream last 3 hours. Actually, we had an extended morning stream today. We went 4 hours on stream this morning on Twitch. I got sidetracked, or maybe excited, about doing DFK Fight Club. And so that's what we were looking at a little bit this morning, was Fight Club stuff. Let's see, DFK Fight Club. And we had some tournaments going on, or some fighting going on. So that was a lot of fun. I think we're going to do some more here. So one of the things that I guess we want to look at here is the fact that let's go for all things DFK. It's probably a good thing to look up. And all things DFK here. And then let's go to Adventures in DeFi Kingdom. And there was a tier list video they put out recently. I should put a comment on here, maybe in a little bit. So I watched this over my lunch period, and let's see where they're moving things around a little bit. So I think they ended up with this set right here for the tier list that they were looking at. Let me go ahead and adjust my thing. So for the baby cup, they had Sage, Archer, Warrior, Pirate, and Wizard up near the top for the main class, and then for the subclass they had Wizard, Warrior, Archer, Pirate, Thief, and Priest were the top ones. Now it looks like this was for the Baby Cup. Let me make a note of this in my spreadsheet. Oops. Let's back up a little bit there. There we go. Pause that video. So I'm going to make a note of these things. Got some numbers around there. Let's take a look at the lightweights. All right, so for lightweight, let's go ahead and look at Dragoon, Paladin, and Sage for the top. Then we have Archer, Warrior, and Dark Knight. Warrior and Dark Knight for the primary class. Unfortunately, I do not have a lot of those. Zelf, welcome on in. How are you doing today? And then they gave a little bit of an overview of what they thought would be best for the subclasses. It looks like for subclasses they are selecting Archer and Wizard. In S tier, and then Monk, Thief, Warrior for the subclasses there. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link to this video in the chat. If y'all haven't seen this yet, I'd really encourage y'all watch it. Again, it's on the Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms chat. They put out some good videos as far as what we should be looking for. Self says, good, helping my daughter eat her candy before spoilage. You know, that sounds like it's very thoughtful of you to do that. I know that we don't want spoilage with all that hard work that went in to the other night. I mean, there was calories burned and muscles used and all that. Hate for all that time and energy to go to waste. So hopefully she's thanking you for that help. I've thought about an easy way for me to do that without actually taking all the time. I might just go to hop online to Walmart.com or HEB, our grocery store in the area. They've got a home delivery option. Maybe I'll just buy up all of their day-old Halloween candy now that's probably 50% sales. And because that does sound good right now, Self. Also eating the ones she doesn't like. Yes, very, very helpful. Mystical Meows, hello again. How are you? Glad you've been able to make it. I know early this morning you said you were going to be busy, so it's always good to see when you can make it. Let's see, Nobel, welcome on in. How are you doing? Freak says, wish they went into advanced class subclasses a bit more, but it's really good. I think some of their older videos, they do spend a little bit more time into the advanced classes for subclass. Maybe we just don't have a lot of people that have tried very much for that right now, so maybe there's not many in the game. I'm not sure. Maybe what they're thinking is that there's so few people that would have those, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I agree with you that it would still be nice to see those. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we've got. Looks like what they are recommending is they're recommending Dragoons, Paladins, and Sages, Archers, Warriors, and Dark Knights for the primary class. When we're looking at ours, we have got Warrior, Archer, and Warrior for our primary class, which are good. But now it's making me think a little bit more about the Dark Knight, which I had originally written off earlier, because when we're looking at the Baby Cup before, the only other thing that I'd been looking at, the Dark Knight really didn't make a good primary class. As far as some other things that I've been looking at, or they're recommending, Dragoons, Paladins, and Sages, I don't know if I've got any that are level 4, but let's check out what we've got just to look into that. Zabu, welcome on in. They usually rank the subs, and I think they were pressed for time. It could be. Had to cut things a little short. All right, let's take a look at what our, oops, let's get rid of that music first there. There we go. Take a look at our heroes, and let's see where our Dark Knights are at. Let's go ahead and reset this and look for Dark Knights. Apply. So we've got some level 1s only for Dark Knights right now. I've got one that's ready to level up. Maybe we should level up one of these Dark Knights a little bit more to be level 4, so we can have it ready for lightweight Fight Club tournaments. We've got a few other Dark Knights that we could keep at level 1. Mookie, welcome on in. How are you doing? If we wanted to get this guy up to level 4 quickly, I guess we could use, let me take a quick look here. How many stamina potions would we need to get this guy up to level 4? We could already level him up to level 2. So we'd have to get 45 quests about. That'd be 45 stamina potions. That might not be too bad. We could probably do that. Tell you what, let's go ahead and include that Dark Knight in our list. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to say the heroes that we have, that we're looking at over here, are going to be fairly good. Which that is ID 10-4-33. And then I thought I was going to change this around a little bit. Let's move 299, 722 up to mid-range. Oh no, this isn't right. Oh, I was trying to get another blast there. Oh man. I don't know if that's really what I want to be doing though. I think Priest Wizard is still the best thing here. Priest Wizard. Jocelyn Battle Snout. I don't know, that made us so defensive though. I didn't really like that lineup a lot. Let's go ahead and plug it in one more time. 38, 37, 3. And 299, 722. So those three in that order. And then let's go ahead and add this Dark Knight as a possibility. So one of the things we could look at with this Dark Knight is the health on it is only 150. Oh, that's right now being level 1. Although vitality, endurance here, strength, doesn't really have boosts for that really. And one thing that we could also do, it would only be another, how many stamina potions? Only be another 15 stamina potions to get one of these other guys. It does not have a lot of stuff going for him right now up to level 4. However, these guys really have to stay at 1 because they are all trying to do duels. So this is the only one that I've got for that. Oh man. Okay, so let's take a look at what these others are looking like. Luck, agility, vitality. This one has got a good vitality. And oops, it's not really what I wanted. I wanted to flip the card. 150 health also, level 1. Yeah. Alright, so let's bring this guy in as well. So he's a Dark Knight. We're going to try to level him up pretty quickly with stamina potions, I think. We're going to specify 35, 35, 6. Going to be one of our others. I think I would like to bring in that other warrior something or another. A level 2. Maybe like a warrior priest? I don't know. Something wizard. Warrior wizard. Right there. 29, 29, 7. Let's view those real quick. This one right here. That one is also a Crystal Veil hero. All right, and then I think I'd like another archer or something. Archer pirate. Fawn horse branch. So we've got 28, 615. Okay. So that will give us, oh man. There we go. Oh, so it's not Fawn Horse Branch. It is Pharaoh. There we go. So that is 28, 615. All right. That'll give us another aimed shot and a cannon barrage to bring in. Rather than a heal. Tell you what, let's Let's run with this for a little bit, with this lineup, and see how that's going to help. In fact, let's play with this lineup even to the point where we have front on that one. And then let's do mid here at the 1043. Mid and back is going to be Balsamina Oaken Watch. All right, so let's try that lineup and let's see how that does on DFK Fight Club. This one's just a level 1. We could raise her up to a level 2. And I think that's what we want to do. We'll try to beef her up on that next level up. Same thing with our Dark Knight. We'll try to really beef them up. All right. Let's take these guys in and see how they do. Zelf says, almost half-hour mark. It is. You are correct. Thank you for the reminder, Zelf. If y'all want to get your text in right now, you can. Remember, this is a 15-minute activity timeout. So as long as you say hello within, 5 minutes generally of the half-hour mark, you should be in. Sometimes I do go a little over, so it's always good to get in right close to the half-hour mark as you can. But you don't want to be late, so if you think you're going to be a little late, it's better to be 5 minutes early, maybe even 10 minutes early, if you think that you might be late. Because at least that way, your message from a few minutes earlier could likely linger around. And, sometimes when we find out that it's time to do the roll, we don't really wait a whole lot of time after that. Self says, happy candy sale day. Yes, candy sale day. Now's the time to go out and scoop up all of that leftover Halloween candy that's sitting on the aisles at the shopping centers. Really good deal, I bet. I can get a lot of good Halloween candy cheap. I need to find out which ones are vegan so I can scoop those up. It's early, it's on time. Wowie, welcome on in, Wowie. Haven't seen you around. What brings you in? How'd you hear about the stream? All right. Let's go ahead and grab some names here. Oops. Let's grab some names. And bring them over to the Wheel of Names. Discord, my man. Awesome. Discord, my man. Wowie, do I already know you under a different name on Discord? It's really weird for me to sometimes chat with people on... So, of course, in the morning streams, you've got your Twitch ID handle. The afternoon streams are the YouTube channel. And then, of course, people have different names in Discord. So that can get pretty crazy sometimes. Born to Die, yo. You are just barely making it in here in time, Born to Die. TuneFed also? Dang, dude. Y'all are just scraping by the skin of your teeth, but we'll get y'all in here too. All right. Let's see. Let's add a rollover here as well. Freak, you just barely made it. Lucky, lucky. All right. Let's go ahead and lock in these names right here. Highlight those. Control C to copy. Those are locked in now. Paste, paste, paste. One more, paste. All right. So we've got 71 Mookie. Uh-oh, who's Bon? Let's go and check out who Bon is. Oh, Bon. I don't even know who that is. Bon, yo. How are you doing, Bon? Welcome on in. Missed you. First time. Nobel, Mystical Meows, Wowee, Zabu, Zelf, Born to Die, Tune Fed, Freak. Very good. We got a list of names here. So, Bon, also for you. Haven't seen you around much. How did you find the stream here? What brings you in? Let's go ahead and do rollover. Let's add a +2, a +4, and a +6 to our rollovers right now. So if y'all are, if we do get a rollover, then maybe we'll have a few more tickets that we can pass out a little bit later. Didn't even know it was ticket time, Zabu. Wow, you came in just in time. Your man Zabu posted in general chat. I thought I'd stop by and check it out. Awesome, very good. Yeah, every hour that we stream, we stream 3 hours on Twitch. We stream in the morning. We stream 3 hours here on YouTube in the afternoons, U.S. Central Time. And every half hour of those hours that we're streaming, we do a little giveaway here, or for raffles. Right now, y'all are playing for these play-to-earn rewards tickets. And then on the weekend, y'all can redeem these tickets for the rewards that we're going to be doing on the weekends. We're hatching pets for y'all. We're doing Gen0 Summons and giving y'all away the Gen 1 and a bunch of stuff like that. So that's what we're playing for right now for those new people that are coming in, because it looks like we do have quite a few new people. All right, let's spin this wheel and check it out. Yeah, even celebs in here. Absolutely. We definitely have Crypto Grady stops in quite often. Starbuck has been here quite a bit. Mosh has been in here. So yeah, we get some good people in here every now and then. People that y'all would know. Let's go ahead and spin this wheel, get it off and underway. Get back to some DeFi Kingdoms chat. And it is, the winner is Born to Die. Congratulations. Congratulations, Born to Die. So let's look at that right here. I've got a spreadsheet that I keep track of a few things, and right up here we've got a list of names that have these tickets with me. I should be sending these tickets off to your wallet. This thing over here on OpenSea is an NFT that generally I will transfer over to your wallets. However, this is an NFT on the Polygon network, and also I need to switch accounts to go and do it for a different account that I've got connected to OpenSea. So in the meantime, so we don't delay the stream, we come in and we add tickets to ticket counters to this place right here. So Born to Die 007, welcome on in. I don't think I've got your name on here already. Let me just double check. I should probably put these in alphabetical order. We're just going to add you right there. Control V, and let's do a format of clear formatting on that. And equals 1 ticket. So Born to Die, you got 1 ticket. A bunch of other people have a few tickets in there as well. A few people, Christian Peter has been in my chat room every now and then as well. But these few people over here had gotten tickets from being on my stream a little bit earlier, and they went to like and comment on, specifically comment on previous days' videos, right? So if y'all are looking at my videos, if you want more chances to win tickets, we do give them out every hour, but let me go ahead and do something here as well for y'all, since we've got a bunch of new people in right now. If you come over to my channel and look at live streams, you'll see that I stream every day, right? So yesterday, the day before that, and so on. And if y'all come into these videos for the last couple of days and go and leave a comment down here, the people that leave comments will also have a chance to get 2 additional tickets on Saturday when we actually do the drawing. I'll pick a random video for the last few days, just like I did. Just come over here, pick a random video, and then the people that have left comments will spin the wheel and see who gets 2 extra tickets. So that's another way that y'all can get tickets, just by leaving a comment down in some past videos. All right. And then Born to Die, what I can do with your ticket is send that to you if you want to send me your wallet address in just a private Discord message. Otherwise, some of these people prefer to not do the transactions on the blockchain with all that. I kind of like to do that, especially if we do it live on stream where we can see things are being transferred. But some people would prefer to not have to mess with going to a Polygon blockchain and going into OpenSea and transferring tickets back to me on Saturday. So we just have this little bank, as someone called it. But if you do want your tickets sent to you in your wallet, just go ahead and type wallet into the chat room, and I will send your tickets off to you that way as well. Looks like we've got a little spammer here in chat that one of our mods took care of pretty quick. But let's go ahead and get back to DeFi Kingdoms chat. So what we're doing today is we're looking at Fight Club, right? I think, let me go ahead and copy and paste this tweet from Bogside chat. Registration is now open for Fight Club. Sign up here. And we're trying to get together a couple of heroes to look at for the Fight Club. So I'm looking at my own heroes right here. I want a level 4 hero, and I want a couple of level 2s, and I'm playing around with what might be really good. And then I'm also coming into the Fight Club Discord, and we are doing some battles, and we're looking at all that, and we're looking at how my stuff has, how my assortment is turning out, right? So that's what we're doing, if y'all are curious. Also, if you're not involved or haven't thought about joining Fight Club for this coming weekend, there are some really good prizes. In fact, I'm even giving away a Gen0, I'm sorry, not a Gen0, but a Gen0 Summons once we get up to some number of entries. I was talking to Franz a little bit, and he was saying that it might be kind of fun to inspire more people to sign up for Fight Club by rolling one for just sign up entries. You don't even have to win. All you have to do is sign up for Fight Club, and you can be in the entry to win a Gen 1 summoned my 2 Gen 0s, or 2 of my Gen 0s. I've got a Berserker and a Seer that would make a Shapeshifter, and that's kind of nice to look at. I think it's over here, these 2 right here. Remnella Kraklak and Harsalt Salsar. These names are so crazy. They're both legendary Gen 0s. Legendary Berserker, legendary Seer. So just by signing up for Fight Club, you'll have a chance at the Gen 0 that I'm going to roll, as long as we get, I think Franz was suggesting 30 signups, which we're pretty close to 30 signups already. I'm going to try to convince Franz to maybe do 40 signups rather than 30. I'd like us to get to 64. Guys, if y'all want to help support DeFi Kingdoms, third-party developers and games and all that kind of stuff, can we at least get 64 people in the entire community to join up for the Fight Club this coming weekend? I dropped that tweet link in chat. Let's see if we can at least support the community, DeFi Kingdoms community, to at least get 64 people in the entire community to sign up for this weekend's Fight Club tournament. Especially if just by signing up you can get Gen 0, the Gen0 Summons or a Gen 1 out of that. All right, let's go ahead and look at some of our things here. I think I was just about to, Rusted Trust says, thinking about it. Yeah, you'll get on the raffle. You'll have a 1 in 64% chance, or 1 in 64 chance to get the Gen0 or the Gen 1 that I summon. And even if you just win one, or maybe even if you just sign up, I forget if you have to win at least one battle or not, but I think if you just sign up, then there's a couple of other prizes that you could win as well in the raffle. You've got to win one of the other raffles, but you could get a couple of Gen 1s for that too. Let's go ahead and move over to Fight Club and see if we can let's get this spreadsheet pulled back over here real quick. All right, so the heroes that I'm going to take on this little adventure right now are going to be, let's see, where are they? There they are. Let's go ahead and pull this up back to the Discord, into the find tournaments, find fights, and let's do a choose team. And I want to choose my team of heroes. We're going to plug in the front hero is going to be that address in the front. So that puts Frontline is Amphibian, Derb Hill. Gregory says, I won ticket to Decentral Con Miami from DFK. Oh, wow. Congratulations on that. Orfrig says, when it comes to your level 4, is there much thought into whether that should be a tank or damage dealer, or is thinking about things in terms of DPS, tank, and support not necessarily correct? I would think about that a little bit, Freak. I don't necessarily think that I'm the best person for strategy for Fight Club. I don't put a lot of thought into it. I don't think I have heroes that are very well geared to winning the top tier level of it, right? I'm wanting mostly myself just to participate, and if I can win 1 or 2 events, then I might be in the raffle for winning a couple of the Gen 1s that are produced, and maybe some of the other stuff that's produced in there. In fact, last tournament during the Baby Cup, I won a Gen 1 from Crypto Grady. In fact, I think the Gen 1 that I won from Crypto Grady is actually one of the heroes that I put in right here, or that I'm going to be putting in a minute into this tournament. So that's really cool that a Dark Knight that I won from Crypto Grady last tournament is going to come into as one of my players for this tournament. But yes, I do think that a level 4, so one of the things that I'm looking at when I'm looking at my heroes here on DFK Analytics, let's go ahead and look at level 4 again real quick. Oops, filters for level 4 heroes. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to sort based on hit points. So I'm bringing in a Warrior Thief level 4 with 273 health points, hit points. And that's going to be my tank. So this particular time being lightweight, where we can have up to level 4s, I do think that I would like a more beefy level 4. I'm also thinking about beefing up a Dark Knight that I have right now that's level 2 Dark Knight. And I'm thinking about stampotting it here over the next day or two. So by the weekend, it is going to be level 4. And then have that one maybe be the tank. If I can get it up to more than 273 health, I might bring that in. So that's something that I'm considering. And then also, do you want to bring in a level 3 and a level 1, or do you want to bring in 2 level 2s? Is the next thing to think about. And for that, what I'm really looking at myself is not that screen. Back over here on their Discord, in the game information page, I'm looking at very specifically what heroes have good abilities, and more specifically, how many meter does it take to fire off those skills? Like Kai Blast takes 3 meter. So I'm not really interested in bringing in a monk myself. I think that it's going to be very difficult for me to get up to 3 meter, probably. And I'm hoping to use, so one of my strategies is to bring in some archers, bring in some priests perhaps, some wizards, thief perhaps, things that have attack abilities that don't require any meter, and then that way I have a little bit more flexibility for doing things. Wizards, of course, with that Ice Blast doing 75 damage, if I can get that with subclasses, and as you can see here, one of my previous, let's see, my archer, I've got an archer wizard down here. So if we do decide to take in the archer wizard, wherever that guy is, let's see. I don't see it here right at the moment. There's archer pirate. Maybe it's one I just bought, and so it's not in this list right here yet. Let me check over on this other screen and see what we got. See it over there either. I'm not seeing it. But if you can get two heroes with a wizard subclass, and you can have Ice Blast as their one of their attacks right there, that could be pretty good. Oh, I remember now. It was not an archer wizard, it was a priest wizard, and that's what I was a little bit wary about, the priest wizard right here. So if we view that, it's nice to have 2 with the subclass of wizard, but I found that when I was testing this out a little earlier on this morning's stream, that I found that I was doing a lot of life taps and heals, and I was playing a very, very defensive game, and that's, even though that could be good, I was playing more defensively than I really wanted to. And so now I'm thinking about swapping that out with the archer pirate, which I think could be a little bit better right there. So we're about to try this arrangement out and see how this goes right here. Gregory says, it was just like comment on Twitter or something. I saw Grady got a ticket. I want to go hang with him, but I don't know if I'm able to make it down there. I got to think about it. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can still buy tickets to go to the thing in Miami or not. There still might be tickets available. Sinjuro says, when are you giving, or Zabu, when are you giving your Gen 0 away? Somebody giving away their Gen 0? Let's do that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into a fight here. Let's find fights. We're trying to work on our team right here. Let's go ahead and choose team. And the next position, our mid position, is going to be using hero ID number 10433. 10433, and that's going to be in mid position. And then we are going to be using the back position. It's going to be 299-722, which is still the same back position that we had right there. So this means we've got our archer pirate up front, so we can do a cannon barrage right away, and then we're going to see how things go. So let's go ahead and do a save, or loadout save. We're going to call this one Test 3. And let's go ahead and fight Battle AI with loadout name Test number 2. which we played with earlier. And let's see how this goes. All right, let's do it. Looks like they want us to go to Battle Room B to play. Scroll down there to the bottom. All right, turn number 1, it's me with these against another AI team here. Let's go ahead and use a skill right off the bat. I think we're going to be using aimed shot first. Let's try that. And for turn number 1, what do we get? Looks like they're going to attack us for 50 right off the bat using backstab. We're going to do aimed shot and go for their second in line there for 70. Normal attacks, they're going to do 34, and oops, then we do 29. Something weird happened there. And then they're going to charge for 15 meter, and we're going to charge for 14 meter, building up our meters so we can do those bigger, better attacks. So they did quite a bit of damage to us right away, right off the bat there. Let's go ahead and use a skill again here, and let's choose Cannon Barrage to get back to the second line. So that's going to move our front character back 1. So we switch places, we do a Cannon Barrage to give them 50 points of damage. Our front line moves back to second place. They're going to use Life Tap. Then normal damage, we do 38 to them. They do 35 to us. They're going to also heal 17 because of the Life Tap. They're going to charge 15 meter and, or we're going to charge 15 meter and they charge 15 and 17 meters. So they're gaining a little bit more meter because of that Life Tap. So that is interesting there. Let's go ahead and get over to turn number 3. Let's use another skill. Let's take aimed shot again at this point. Try to take out their second line right now. And they are faster. So team 2 is going to interrupt. So we're trying to do aim shot, but it was interrupted. Oh man, so that's not going to be any good. So they do 33 points of damage. They heal for 16. We do 40 points of damage. But that is not good there. All right. So they now have a full meter. So this team that I've just put together might not be that great. Let's go ahead and use skills again. We're gonna try a backstab this time, which is not great. I don't feel. Turn 4. Let's see. We're gonna do 50 points of damage to their front line right there. Also a normal damage of 38. They're gonna do 49 damage. They heal for 24. Then they're going to charge, we're going to charge for 15 meter. They charge for 24 and 15. So they're building up a lot of meter. It's a little worrisome here. So something else that I'm going to do right here is look and see for their front line. Takes 50 points of damage. They're down to 80 points of damage, but we need something that can do 80 points on their front line. I'm not sure that we've got something that can do that. We use our skills right here. Aim shot, I think, is probably going to be the best thing. I don't think we can get 80 points of damage from a normal attack. So we're going to, oh, they're going to swap positions. Then we do 70 points right there. So that is getting close. We're going to do 39. They're going to do 22 points of damage. They also heal 11. We're getting a little bit lower. It would be nice to have a heal right now, but we don't have it. So their heroes are getting kind of low. We could really use another aimed shot. That would really be good. Cleave would be really, really good right now. Or soon, maybe not right this next turn. Let's see what we've got for this. Backstab. we've got that again. I guess that's what we're going to do. We could do a fierce attack, I guess. We ought to consider doing that pretty soon. Turn number 6. We're going to do 50 points of damage on them there. They're going to heal. That's what I was a little afraid of, too. Ah, man. We're going to do 38 points of normal damage. They're going to do 24 on us. And then their meter is just off the charts right there with 2. So at this point, their midline, what's their midline looking like right now? So their midline looks like Jocelyn, I think, is in their midline for 63. That means we could use aimed shot and take out their midline right now, I think. Sabu says, is this AI team tournament stats? It is. It is one of my other AIs. It's one of my groups of people. They're going to interrupt my midline. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's no good. We do 38 points of normal damage. They're going to do 24 points of normal damage. They're going to charge, we're going to charge 15 meter. They charge for 3. They've got so much meter. We've now got 1 full meter. I would like to, I think we've got a warrior back here that's just waiting to come up. We can do cleave, I think, at some point in the future. Let's use another skill right now. What have we got? We've got full draw, which probably, oh, cleave. Let's do cleave. That's what we really want. That's going to hurt, I think. Let's see. So it should do 70 and 70. Yeah, look at that. Cleave just took them out. 2 of them at once. So then our normal damage, we do 36 points too. They do 58 points on us. Charging for 15 meter. So now it's just a matter of who can get off that shot. Obviously, we're going to win this. And I think aimed shot is going to do well enough. So looking at this right here, we get aimed shot. Oh, they interrupt. They interrupt our aimed shot, which of course makes sense. But we're going to still do some normal damage here. So we do 38 points, and that was it. 38 points. Done. So we didn't lose any heroes on our side. We were playing against an AI, which I think is not as smart as a human player would be. I really wasn't very happy with some of the way that this felt. Seemed like they were looking really good there at the beginning, especially with the life tap and the heals. We might have to play this in a couple more times. So what we're looking at here, is it view team? Let's view our team and see what we got. In our front line, we've got Empyrean. Mid is Danielle. And then we've got Balsimina, where we've got aim shot, full draw, cannon barrage, cleave, and last stand. And why weren't we doing cannon barrage more? I forget. Was it just wasn't coming up for us? I don't see cannon barrage for some of this stuff. Maybe we needed a meter for that? I don't think we do. Maybe I used it a couple of times and he got it all the way pushed to the back. Oh, Cannon Barrage is only... Oh. Yeah, I remember we had Cannon Barrage before, and I don't think it had to be the front line. I don't think it had to be the front line when I had two of them. Maybe the midline. It's affected by the midline. Like I said, I'm new to this, and so my strategy stuff is obviously not very good. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what we would need for the Dark Knight. So I've got a level 2 Dark Knight, level 1 Dark Knight right here, but I'm wondering if we should move that up to level 4 Stampot and get them a little bit more, maybe use this one here instead for our so Dark Knight Priest. If we got Priest, then we're gonna have Heal. Your subclass can only be used by the front line. Is that true? Well, you would know. So yeah. So that what that means is, oh, and the reason that I was able to use it before is because I had two heroes with Cannon Barrage. In their subclass. So that's why I was getting to do multiple times in a row. Let's see. That is 254 health. All right. Let's try this one more time and just see how we do a second time. Let's go back to Find Fights. We're going to do exactly the same thing, I think. I'll tell you what. Let's do Battle AI against Test 3, which is against ourselves here. Test 3 uses the exact same layout that we have right now. So let's scroll down to the bottom. Let's use a skill right off the bat. So it's exactly the same lineup that we have is what they have. Let's go ahead and use skill. And we're going to start off with aimed shot again, I think. Sardo is asking, what's going on with Kingdom Watch? I don't know. What is going on with it? Let's go ahead and look at turn 1 and see what we're getting here. We do 70 points of damage to their midline. Then we're going to attack for 27 points. They're going to attack for 43 points with a fierce attack. We each charge 14 meters. Let's go ahead and use a skill again. This time we're going to be using Cannon Barrage to go after their front line. This will also push ours back 1. Prices are all over the place, Sardo says, for Kingdom Watch. I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at Kingdom Watch. Let's see, we're going to do a Cannon Barrage, which is going to deal out 50 points to their front line. Then our normal damage is 37 points again to their front line. They're going to do 40 points of damage to us. Of course, we've swapped out our front line with our second, so it's good. We charge 15 meters, they charge 14. So now their front line is looking pretty weak right now. If we could get out a quick attack on their front line, that would be good. See if we can knock him out right away. See about using a skill. So I guess we're going to use Backstab right away. That ought to take a hit on the front line. So we do 50 points on Backstab, front line, take out their front line. That's good. Then we do 39 points when they move up a little bit. 39 points to that second place, 52 points they do on us. Each charge 15 meter. Now, I think what I'm going to have next is named shot, and I don't necessarily want to use that, so we might do a fierce attack this next time here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do a swap. I mean, not a swap, a first attack. Try to hit into their front line a little bit. So they're going to use backstab for 50. We're going to use a fierce attack for 57. Then normal attack of 33 against us. And so we're looking at this. Let's go ahead and then use a skill. I think we can do backstab right here, or even last stand. Let's do backstab. Turn 5. They do switch positions. We do backstab. I should have done the aim shot, I guess. They do 35 points to us. We do 36 of normal damage. It might be it for them. Oh, just a tiny bit there. Oh my goodness. All right. You think they're going to switch positions? I'm going to say, let's do a skill of aimed shot. That'll hit their second, and if they switch it, we'll kill it. Otherwise, our normal damage will probably kill their front line. So they do switch. So our aimed shot's going to get off that 70 to their second in line, which we'll go ahead and kill. Then we're going to do 40 points of damage, normal. They're going to do 24 points to us. But now we should be able to get in here and pretty much do whatever we want at this point, right? And we'll do a last stand. Since our lead hero is pretty low on health right now. So gains 44 damage for last stand. They're going to do aim shot, 70 against our second place. We're going to do 86 on theirs because of last stand. They're going to do 23 points of normal damage, which it was his last stand. So our front line did die. But I don't think that that's going to put us in any danger at all of losing this. We will use a skill now, and we can use full draw, which of course will take them out. So we get off that full draw for 110. Game over. That's it. So again, I don't think I'm really very skilled at this. I just, I don't know nearly all of the strategy that I've seen other people talk about on their videos. I'm kind of almost guessing at which ones would be better. Like when we're looking at last stand versus backstab as an example, on one of these up here a little earlier, whichever one that one was. For last stand, I of course I don't have enough skill with this to know which one of those actually would have been better at that particular time. Was it going to be last stand or backstab? All right, 50 points of damage, or last stand, which could have done more points on something. So we're gaining, or last stand is going to be gaining some a damage bonus based on the amount of hit points that you're missing, plus 40% per 25% of missing hit points. So that could be fairly substantial damage overall. And I think at one particular time I went with the backstab rather than the last stand, which could have been better to actually do. But I think what this shows, if anything, is you can have a lot of fun even if you don't have a lot of skill with Fight Club. I'm just kind of guessing around a little bit. I have a vague idea of what some of these things do. I've played maybe 10 games or 15 games of this. Played through the Baby Cup tournament. I won my first game, lost my second to Guy Kid. I think it would be hard to win against the Guy Kid. Rusted Trust says, KW did that the other day with crazy prices for a little while. I don't know any other site that will do this for CV. Yeah, and I don't know either what will show stuff for Crystal Vale. All right. So what do y'all think of that lineup right there? I'm not overly excited about it, but I think we did fairly well. I don't necessarily know that we were using our Warrior Thief to the best of his abilities. We weren't able to get a cleave off as far as I saw. I don't have a real good way. I'm not skilled enough or I've played enough to think about focusing on my gain of meter. And I know that for the Baby Cup I didn't have to because we weren't really worried about meter so much. But as we start to go up in weight classes, then having a lot of meter and playing with those meter attacks is going to be way more beneficial. And I just haven't even been looking at those at this point. Sardo says, where do you see your garden holdings? I use the bank. If we go over to the bank and I can look in there to see where my garden holdings are. Crystal and ETH. It says what the total US dollar value is. It shows what the rewards are that are sitting in the gardens right now that are ready to be claimed. And it even shows the balance of the amount of Crystal and ETH that I have in there, which I think is really cool also. Yep. All right. So what I'm looking at, over lunch, I watched the... Let's go back to Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms here. So over lunch, I watched the Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms video, which I'm going to go ahead and paste here for y'all again. Control C and copy this into chat. This is their Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms episode 64 they just did a day ago. And it is their tier list for what they are voting on as far as the best classes. And so if we roll the wheel back a little bit in time, they chose Dragoons, Paladins, Sages as the S tier. The A tier is Archers, Warriors, and Dark Knights. And then for the subclasses, they ended up choosing Archers and Wizards in the S class, and then Monks, Thieves, and Warriors for the A class, right? And so I've got a list of those on my spreadsheet here. Dragoons, Paladins, Sages, Archers, Warriors, and Dark Knights for main class, Archers, Wizards, and then Monks, Thieves, and Warriors for subclass. And so because they have in the main class a Dark Knight, I'm wondering if we should go ahead and do that. Or what about Paladins? Do I have any decent Paladins that are level 4 as well? Let's go ahead and reset this. Let's look for Paladins that I might have. I've got a level 1 Paladin that would actually be possibly ready for maybe I would want to beef that up to level 4 real quick. 417.20. Tony, how are you doing today? Welcome on in. Glad to see you here. Sardo says, I would like something that shows daily earnings. Daily earnings. So, what do you mean by that, Sardo? So I'm thinking what you mean is it's already breaking it down per day and you don't have to manually come and look at this every day. I think that's what you're saying. Because you could come in here and look at this every day and write down the number. I don't know if you're skilled at any type of scripting, but you know, it's just a URL that you can go to. Have you used curl before? Do you know what curl is? If you've done any scripting. With curl, you can give a URL of whatever you want, some web page, and it will pull that web page and save it for you. So you, on a day-to-day basis, you could set up a automated tool that uses curl on your thing every day, pulls off the data, and so you could have a daily record. If I was going to be using curl myself, I would write a little script that would pull that down every day and show or save into a file, a database, the values of that on a day-to-day basis. Detailed breakdowns of gardens. Maybe I'm not really sure. You're talking about like as far as Kingdom Watch goes and what they gave. If we look at DFK and Kingdom Watch, let's see, where is that here? So Kingdom Watch has a pretty decent breakdown for gardens, right? Total APRs, all that kind of stuff, Crystal Vale pools. And I guess what you're talking about is what the daily, yearly stats are for APRs and all that kind of good thing. I mean, if I was looking at I think I might be able to script something that wouldn't be too difficult to use. Maybe we'll look at that, Sardo. I should be able to script something that could come and look at a wallet address, and maybe I'll allow y'all to put in a wallet address that my server at home, my computer at home, could go and look at that and then display it on a website, kind of like some of these third-party developers, and y'all might be able to keep track of things that way. I think it'd be something that I would do for my, my viewers out there, and not every wallet address. So it wouldn't be like anyone could just come and use that. But for those of y'all that are hanging out here, it would be something that we could do. Rusted Trust says there used to be that one site, I can't think of the name, they had all set up for real good Cyrano. Yeah, I think it was Kingdom Watcher stuff. DFK Tracker was great. Yeah, there's been so many little third-party sites that I seem to forget them all now. Yeah, DFK Tracker app I think is dead. Some of them don't seem to last too long. It could be the bear market also. Just people aren't really very active in that stuff. All right, we got 9 more minutes until the new spinning of the wheel. I'm looking at this paladin and I'm wondering, I'm going to have to level up a Dark Knight or a paladin. Paladins, they're ranking better. They're putting paladins in the S class. I suppose that is because paladins are going to get 80% endurance, plus they've got 82 vitality. So they're going to have a pretty higher health hit points already, 160 as an example for level 1. And then as they go up levels, they're going to see a lot more health. Plus, in the DFK Fight Club, your endurance gets added to that as well. So if you're leveling up endurance specifically, your endurance points get added, and that could really be very beneficial as well. Zabu says, Pally, let's go! Powerful skills too. You know, I have not looked at paladins before. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at paladins and see what they do have. Paladins have chivalry. Heal your other characters for 100 hit points each and take that much damage. Oh man, that does not sound good. Retribution, I think, was something that I heard mentioned. Deal damage based on how much health you're missing. Hit points divided by 2, it costs a meter. But that could be, especially for a level 4 paladin, that could be pretty beefy in hit points. Retribution could be very powerful, I suppose. Let's take a look at what we might find for a level 4 paladin in the tavern, and kind of see what we could be looking at. So if we've got a level 4 paladin, there's a paladin level 4. What are we looking at for like a health for those guys? And if we look at level descending, we're going to see that those paladins around level 4 have close to 300, 250, 311, 260, 275, 283. So let's say an average of maybe 275. I want to say 275. So if it's got 275 health, which I think that's average, right? I think that if we were specifically trying to beef it up, we could probably get closer to 300. I see a 311. I see thought I saw something higher than that. 314. It's not a lot higher than 310 though, huh? 309. Another 309, another 309. I guess one thing that we could do is look up stats and look at health points over 290. And then we're getting all the high 300s. So 314, 309, 311. So not many, all in the entire tavern. Looks like 10 in the entire tavern have over 300 health at level 4. So it might take a little bit of work. Sabu says, was bummed that Pally was not viable in the baby cup. Yep, it is viable now. In fact, Paladin is on the S tier here in the lightweight cup. So that's pretty good. I guess I didn't even look at Paladins before because in the baby cup they weren't viable. And that's the only other one that I really did. Something else that I didn't particularly like about the Paladins though, is I'm not really sure what to make of this chivalry, where you're healing your other players up or your other characters up by 100, but then you're taking 100 points of damage yourself. That would be like a third of your health points. Am I reading that right? Heal your other characters up by 100 and take that much damage. So to me, that means not deal out that much damage, but you're healing them up for 100 each, but you're also taking 100 points, your paladin's taking 100 points of damage, which is a third of your health, man. Why would you want to, I don't see that being very good, especially if that's your tank. You don't want your tank to go down, I don't think. So retribution might be the only thing that it could really do, perhaps. we have anybody in chat that has something better to say about paladins? You deal damage based on your health that you're missing. Of course, this means that if you've got your paladin being your tank on the front line, then right before he goes out, you could really deal quite a bit of damage right there at the end. I kind of feel like it's very similar to Last Stand, something that you would use right there when you're about to die. But to me, what that means is you're probably not going to be using that paladin's skills very much. Chivalry seems almost wasted. Roasted Trust says, better to do when the pally's health is low. Absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah. I've got a Dark Knight that we could bring in as well. Other allies lose 7.5% HP. We're going to gain 50% to each stat. Cost a meter. Decaying Blade is going to deal 80 damage, then reduce enemy's team meter by 50. That could be pretty substantial. I've got a couple of Dark Knights. Dark Knights are in the A class, though, not the S class. So I'm just not sure about which ones to actually do. We could do the Dark Knight and the Paladin here. I've already got this level 4. Maybe, not that level 4 specifically, but I've got a level 4 already, Paladin. See if it's close to leveling up. Or no, I don't have a level 4. I got a level 1 Paladin. The problem here is, that this Paladin is a... What am I looking like? Let's reset this real quick. And go for all of my forests. So I've got 4 in the forest. I was thinking maybe I just recently bought Drew to be one of my forest fighters. Hello, Mystical Meows. Welcome back. Zelf says, Dark Knight, not S-Class. It's not. Dark Knight is the A class right now. If we go over to this and look back to the primary classes right here, we've got Dragoon, Paladin, and Sage at S tier. And we've got Archer, Warrior, and Dark Knight. In fact, Dark Knight is even at the tail end of the A class. Or the A tier. So, it's very interesting. Makes me think that rather than leveling up that Dark Knight, you should probably level up the Paladin. Tell you what, guys, let's go ahead and do a giveaway right now before we go on any further. What do y'all think? Time for a giveaway? So Zelf asked, did the Pally's skills change? I don't think that the Pally's skills changed. I think what happened was, now that we have the difference between a level 1, like the Baby Cup was level 1 only, and a Paladin level 1 doesn't really become isn't really a very good tank at level 1. It hasn't had the level up times that it needs to get very beefy, right? But once a Paladin goes through leveling up to level 2 and then 3 and then 4, then all of a sudden it's got a compounded endurance along with the vitality and the health overall, and you get a much beefier player by the time you get up to level 4 for the Paladin, right? And so it's that type of thinking. Also, the fact that when you have these higher players and higher health points, then it's easier to get up higher on the meter. I remember something else about the Baby Cup that they talked about a lot especially after that first tournament, that there wasn't any weight classes, is they were talking about the fact that on the Baby Cup, with heroes being level 1, is that they didn't have a lot of health points, and so it was easy to kill them much quicker because you had less health points to deal with. And so what it meant was that we were seeing a lot of games getting played where there wasn't time enough to get up to 2 or 3 meters for some of these higher level things. So that's one of the reasons that monks didn't really do well in the Baby Cup at all, because you couldn't use Kai Blast. There wasn't enough time and opportunity to get that 3 meter that's required for that, right? So now that we can get up to level 4, then we start to see some of these other classes seeing some of their better uses. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. How are y'all doing? We're about to do a giveaway, so make sure you get your hellos and highs in. Come out of the woodwork. Nobel's here. Umar is here. More viable but undecided if good at the next tournament. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, Zabu. I'm undecided, and so I'm kind of working on the decision. Crypto Monete, welcome on in. Jokamach, welcome on in as well. Spin, Freak says, all this Fight Club theory crafting is intense. Absolutely. Oh, in fact, yeah, we ought to do a fight. Let's see, 1 meter just to start, I think. Yeah. Love the strategy here. Imagine PvP with 30 or so abilities, they said. That's going to be crazy. See, I think that's above where I want to get into, guys. I think, honestly, I don't want to be thinking that much in these games. I know some of y'all do, and I'm glad that we're going to have a game that gets into that, but I really don't want to. And so, like I said, I'm glad that we have something, that we're going to have something like that. I'm sure I'm going to love to watch the games there. All right, so we've got Crypto Monete in the house. We've got Joe Kamich, we've got Nobel, Mystical Meows, Rusted Trust, Sardo, Fritz, Umar L, Umfreak, Worm369, Zabu, and Zelf Ernide. Anthony, you just barely made it in. Anthony's going to be the last person here that we're going to add. Squeaked in barely. Other than that, we're going to collect all these names, Control C, and roll. VVV. Good enough. Let's go ahead and get these rollovers. We're going to have a +2 rollover to that. We're going to have a +4 rollover into here. And even a +6 rollover into that one right there. And tell you what, let's do a +2. Oh, nope, we don't have any other pluses. All right, so that's good. Let's spin this wheel. Good luck. Good luck. Drum roll. And the winner is... looks like Mystical Meows, right in the middle. Congratulations, Mystical Meows. Mystical Meows, you've been in these quite a bit lately, so I think you know the routine. I see you've got 1 ticket right now, so we're going to add that new ticket. So now you've got 2 tickets. And we can either hand those off to you after the stream, or you can just hold on to them in, quote, the bank here on the spreadsheet and have those going to whatever we're going to give away this Saturday. But congratulations again. Woohoo! Very nice. Thanks for being here, guys, hanging out with us. We're going to do 1 more spin of the wheel in 1 more hour. So 5:30 is our last wheel spin of the day. It's in about another 30 to, another hour, 50 minutes to an hour. And then, of course, we do this every day. Stream 3 hours in the morning streams on Twitch if y'all want to get in on that as well. Some of y'all are, I think, might only be catching me on the YouTube streams here. If you're not watching on Twitch, you're missing out on 3 more opportunities to get these tickets. The more tickets you have, the more chances there is to win on the weekend for whatever we're giving away. Let's see here. Anthony says, yeah, Zabu, with 30 abilities, there will be tons of different builds. There will be. That's going to be just insane. I cannot wait to have like a real sportscaster go in there, eSportscaster. One of us has got to do a real good job at that. I guess you have to really understand the game well, and you're going to have to be able to talk fast like sportscasters do. But that'll be, I'm imagining like the football sportscasters that I see sometimes. I'm not really big on the sports, but of course I've watched every now and then. And sometimes the sportscaster themselves and the excitement that they get in their voice and all that kind of stuff is a lot of what really makes the game and makes it exciting there when you hear all the excitement in the sportscaster's voice. So now that we've got esports coming with PvP, I think that'll be really cool. Let's see. Zabu says, definitely understand that, Rock. To be honest, it might be overwhelming now that I think about it. I would say don't let my attitude towards that sway y'all from doing it. I think it's going to be amazing, really. There's going to be so many people that are going to love it. I am excited about it. It's just I don't think that I'm going to be really good at it, probably. And juggling all that stuff in my brain is just not something that I really want to be doing a lot of, I guess. Now, maybe what I'll do is I'll make a tool that figures out some of the best moves, and that might be interesting to do, right? I'm sure some of us are going to do that anyway. Even if we don't have an online tool where everyone can use it, probably some of us are going to come up with our own calculator, if you want to call it that, where we formulate the best strategy to use against different teammates, right? Maybe it would be a matter of filling in a spreadsheet with your heroes and the opponent's heroes, and then the tool could make suggestions as far as what they think is going to be the best stuff. For some of y'all out there saying, oh no, I hope that doesn't happen. It'll all be botted. It won't be any fun. Guys, even if it's not a automated bot that does it, I'm sure you're going to have calculators that will calculate the best strategies for people, right? And even if a human is actually making those moves, it's very likely that some players are going to have a calculator sitting right next to them where they can plug in those different teams' heroes' IDs, and it will calculate the best strategies for that. Kind of like chess, right? You got chess AIs that figure out the best next moves. Let's see here. Sabu says there needs to be balanced players that are not into that to feel that it's not handicap for them. That's exactly right, Sabu. That's one of the reasons that got me into Fight Club, by the way, was the fact that they were having a baby cup with level 1s only. Because if Fight Club never did a baby cup, I would probably not be into it at all. This type of game with Fight Club is not really something that I enjoy a whole lot. It's not something I find overly exciting, this style of gameplay. And trying to mix and match, this warrior has these abilities and now we can counterattack with these other things, or we might be doing we might have a bunch of different opportunities to do things like, do we want to do a fierce attack or swap positions or interrupt? There might have been a time years ago when I would be that interested, but I never actually got into chess either, right? Just because I didn't want to try to memorize all the different things that the pieces could do, right? So that kind of tells you a little bit about my type of game. But I loved Warcraft 3. I love real-time strategies. I love RuneScape, right? So those type of real-time strategy games, battle, conquest. Maybe there's a bit of exploration in those games as well. Exploring the map, all that kind of thing. Building your armies up fast, you know, taking them in. Not really caring too much. There wasn't really a big... There was strategy, of course, real-time strategy, RTS, with Warcraft 3 and so on. But we didn't have to micromanage a bunch of things too much. And there was a limited number of what we called heroes in Warcraft 3 that you would go and have specialized units for different things. But it wasn't, I didn't ever feel that Warcraft 3 or some of those other games I played were as complicated to memorize as like chess or this right here with Fight Club. But I know some people are going to love this kind of thing. And so Baby Cup brought me into Fight Club, and now I'm enjoying it a bit. I want to be part of the community more than anything, I think, is part of the reason that I'm playing. I want to help Fight Club and Bogside Chats and so on fill up their 64-seat tournament position. So it looks like we've got a lot of people interested. And we've got a thriving community here. Even though I don't particularly love the game enough to spend hundreds of dollars on trying to get, you know, just the right best heroes like Dragoons with matching subclasses and whatever else that we need to do. Let's see, Rusty Trust says, what language do you use to interface with the API? I think... So far, I have not done anything interacting with the DFK API myself. I am learning a little bit of Solidity to do smart contract stuff, and Python is something that I've considered using, but it's probably going to be something along a Unix shell script is what I'm thinking of for some of the tools that I might use. I have a lot more experience with Unix shell scripting and Perl programming than anything else. But Python is not too difficult. I can read Python pretty easily. I just can't write it off the top of my head very well. But probably with a little bit of practice, I'd be able to write it fairly well. I've got 30 years of, or more, of programming experience under my belt in different languages. Rusty Trust says, thanks. I'm looking at Python now. Yeah, I'd say Python is probably the one to look at, if anything. Zabu says, I'm only doing tournaments for support. Yeah, that's my main reason of doing tournaments, is just to support the community, just to support them, fill up their 64 seats. But I find it fun, at least at the level that I'm playing. Let's, you know, I don't want to wrap my head around too much stuff. But hopefully I can win 1 or 2 battles, is my hope. Glad I did, because I see the hook. Yeah, there is definitely a hook in here. Definitely people can get really excited about this. Yeah, I think you and I, Zebu, are right along the same lines of that. Don't have the time or the bandwidth to max out on that. There are other things that I need to be doing. I need to be spending time making short videos for YouTube, as an example, that I keep saying every day that I'm going to do, and then I never get around to doing it because I don't have enough bandwidth to even do that. Just too much stuff going on in my life. 6 hours of streaming is a big chunk of my day as well, right? All right, guys, what do y'all think? Should I level up a Dark Knight and a Paladin up to level 4 to get them in here for this tournament? Before I do that, though, I really need to check out, what's that Paladin of mine right here? It's a Paladin. It's 41,720. I need to look at something real quick. Is that Paladin 41,720? Have I got them doing something special in duels? 41,720. let's see. 43. No. So that paladin is not doing anything special in duels. And if I flip that card, paladin's got 16 strength, then the 10 vitality. All right, so I think we could stamina potion this guy up to level 4. What do y'all think that we should be doing with this guy as far as crystals go? You think some endurance crystals? What about some what about greater attunement crystals? Are those even available for sale? I'm not even sure those are available for sale. Oops, not the jeweler. It's not where I wanted to go. Let's go to the marketplace. Trader. Look up. DFK. I guess we're going to look for Fortitude, right? Greater Fortitude crystals. 1. Insufficient liquidity. There's not even one Greater Fortitude crystal for sale. Am I reading that right? There's not even one Greater Fortitude crystal for sale. If we come over here to Deck Screener, y'all might be able to teach me something here about Deck Screener. I have not played around a ton with Deck Screener, but let's see if I can learn something here. Greater Fortitude crystals. So this says no pairs found. So is that true then, that there's just nobody selling any Greater Fortitude crystals at all? Because I'm not seeing it here, even for one, insufficient liquidity. And it looks like Deck Screener doesn't have anything about them either. So am I right in assuming that there just is 0? I know there was a Fox Swap. I have never been on Fox Swap before. Is it foxswap.1? I don't want to go to the wrong website. I did visit this page a couple of times, so maybe this is it. Fox Swap. And can I look at FDK or DFK Greater Fortitude crystals here? Is that how this works? FRT ICR. How about using an L instead of a no liquidity for any of this stuff? Maybe I'm just not in the right place, right? DFK anything, not found. So I've got to be in the wrong place. I don't really want to connect my wallet if I don't have to. Is there a swap? I think I'm probably using this wrong, but I have no idea how to use it then. Because Fox Swap seems like a place a lot of people were talking about being able to trade DFK assets outside of DFK. But I'm not getting it to work. So interesting. Let's read chat here. Dark Summoning could change Fire Club too. Fight Club, I think. Could Dark Summoning change Fight Club? I think that's what you meant, not Fire. I guess so. I mean, I don't think so. You're not getting any... It's not like... Dark Summoning is not giving us anything overly special like we had for Perilous Journey. Remember, Perilous Journey allowed us to add 15 more stat points to our heroes. So even like a level 2 or level 3 hero could have 15 additional stat points. And that's a massive upgrade on those, right? But Dark Summoning does not give us anything above and beyond what those heroes should normally have. It just gives you more of a chance at the less likely or higher rarities of things that you could normally get. Right? So it's a little bit different in that aspect, I think. And so in that particular case, I don't see it really affecting Fight Club much. Let's see. No DFK and Pally, or no Dark Knight and Pally, at least in the level 1 tournaments. They were both lower tier. That's right. Highest were the Archer, the Sage, and the Goon. Also the Warrior Wizard, yes, absolutely correct. And haven't looked into it at these levels. So we have Activice, welcome on in. We were looking at a little earlier the Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms YouTube channel. If you have not seen this video, episode 64, they do throw out a couple of options for S-class, A-class, level or classes for heroes for the tiers of what they would rank are the best, and so they've looked into it a little bit. I'm not sure if it's anything scientific, so if you've got something better or if you want to look into it more, you possibly could. But there were about 4 guys that were giving their thoughts on that. Let's see. Zabu says, Rusted Trust, I guess I'm biting too much. More like and true, interested in right now. Yep. Thinking about jumping in with an easy practical application of Python. That's how I learned personally. Yeah, that's the same thing for me. I'm thinking about getting into something very easy, and I definitely want to be interacting. In fact, I want to be taking an hour of this stream each day to start teaching people and learning myself a little bit more about interacting with the DFK blockchain. So that is one of the things that we are going to be learning here on a daily basis. I just need to get a little bit more organized and start with a little like Hello World beginner script to get started, and then we'll build onto that over time. No liquidity for those, I guess. You could try buying and selling via Degen Dungeon, which I'm not sure I've heard of that. I think the only other place I've heard was FoxSwap, which doesn't seem that they have anything. So who says, interesting, must be no liquidity. We need a deck screener expert. It would be nice to see the pair history. I remember Atonement Crystal pair would show one day gone. Would show one day and then gone another day. Yep. Maybe Crypto Meme would know how, or TuneFed. Yep, they might have a little bit more information. Activice says lesser crystals you can find liquidity for, but greater not. Don't know if they're even in the game yet. So the only place that I've seen greater crystals, by the way, is if you go into the castle and then you look in the dual raffle under raffle entries and then current raffles here, you can win greater stones, right? So here's greater Might Crystal, greater Finesse Crystal. So they are here that you could win. But, you know, that is an interesting question there, Activice. I'm not even, you know, now that you mentioned that they might not even be in the game, even though we could win them, I suppose it's possible that we can't actually apply them yet. That's possible too. So we could have them in our inventory, but just not be able to apply them yet, maybe? That could be. Let's see. Subu says, I think it definitely will even with the current tournament. Higher level parents boost stats. Higher rarity chance for spawns gives higher base stats. Chance to mutate to higher levels gives more stats. Yep. Nobel, hey. If you haven't done it already and like, oh yeah. Nobel's reminding us, thank you very much, Nobel, about liking the video. YouTube really appreciates when y'all like the videos. So if you haven't liked this video already, and I would say any of the videos that we're putting out for DeFi Kingdoms, if y'all want to help promote DeFi Kingdoms in general, I would say like everybody's video that they're putting out there, whether it's a live stream or whether it's another video that they're putting out. YouTube's algorithm really does give these videos to more people if they are engaged with, and not just here, but also putting comments. Great stuff, right? As a comment. The more people that engage in the comment sections as well, and the likes also, it's going to help get the word out about DeFi Kingdoms just more in general. So I would say, you know, anytime y'all can leave a comment on a video and so on, really good stuff to be able to do as well. Let's see. Roasted Trust says, definitely makes sense. I'm looking to add a resume soon, so it couldn't hurt. Indeed. Sabu, my vote is we start with Python on stream in the future, Solidity and DFK development. That sounds really good, Zabu. I could go for that. Thought there might be more bonuses of Dark Summoning. There are a lot of bonuses to Dark Summoning, Rusted Trust. I would say that Dark Summoning really does give some things that we might want to be looking at. The AMA had some really good stuff. Let's see, there's a summoning event here. It's talking about, that's not Dark Summoning though. Let's see. Somewhere I had a list. Oh, maybe it was on this little sheet. Let's see if this is it. No, that's not it. All right. So I was keeping up with the benefits for Dark Summoning at one point, and the benefits are pretty good. There are some, if you already are summoning, 1/4 of the cost is one thing, and there's a bunch of other really good features for Dark Summoning. The only thing is that it doesn't add additional features onto it, like the plus 15. Yeah. But if you are doing summoning, it will be good. Good idea. Blockchain backend stuff would be unique and interesting stream material. Yeah, I think so too. The Dungeon is a channel on DFK Discord at the bottom. Let's go check that out real quick. DFK down at the bottom. Gen Dungeon. And is that just the channel itself? Is Gen Dungeon? So we might be able to find a buyer and seller down here. Is that what you're saying? We just post a comment and say, hey, I'm looking for WTS, regular greater stones or crystals. What does WTS stand for? Looking for, wanting? Not necessarily sure I see anything, but it looks like people wanted to buy. I say wanted, and then there's wanting to sell. I guess WTS is want to sell, and WTB is want to buy. It's going to be my guess. Want to buy 10 plus common 1-star pets. Want to sell this hero right here. Interesting, interesting. That's going to be hard to look up things, I have a feeling. But thanks for pointing out. Gen Dungeon down at the bottom of DFK's Discord. Home Freak says DFK Earn has them in the swap area. DFK Earn. All right, I guess we could go there. this. They want me to connect my wallet. Sure. See addresses, account balances, all that kind of stuff. Sure. So, NFT marketplace, maybe? Market? Is that what we're trying to do? Swap area? Ah, here's some greater fortune stones. We need crystals, though. Can we look at crystals only? And then how do we apply that? Maybe, can I do that? There. Can I do greater fortitude? Greater fortitude crystals. 74. Wow. These things are pretty expensive. I'm not sure I'd want to pay that much. That is a lot to pay. So if we're in here looking for marketplace and lesser fortitude crystals, there we go. DFK lesser fortitude crystals. One of those is costing about 3 jewel right now, or take a look at it in crystal. 2.13 crystal. So what are the chances of working with that? Was it there's summoning, developer docs. I think we want to come over here and look at DFK attunement crystals docs. So the lesser is going to provide a plus 5% primary growth, plus 15% secondary growth, plus 10 and plus 30, plus 30 to the secondary stat growth, and then plus 15 and plus 45. So even a normal attunement crystal would be pretty good to have. I don't know if we need to go all the way up to graders for that kind of expense. But secondary stat growth, let's see what that paladin has again. For the stat growth, flip the card, stat growth, secondary stat of endurance. We already have a 12. That's not too big. But if we added an extra 30% to that for 42, that's not too shabby. Maybe we would want to do that. Freak says, DFK, yep, got that. Have 3 greater vigors on there, for example. And Worm says, you can use greater crystals. Very good. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's see. Active Ice says, think they can use them, but definitely go and have a look at the DGen dungeon. Yes, if you want to buy them. That might be a good place to buy. The other, over here, DFK Earn, this is pretty steep, but You know, 75 maybe is a good price. Oh, yeah, they want crystals in that amounts. These people want some USDC. $100? Wow, for 5 each of those? Is that... I mean, I guess that's probably priced pretty well, huh? That's crazy. I guess they won a raffle that gave out all of those. Now they're selling them for 100. You can get 3 for 275 crystal. I mean 225. So it seems that most people are selling for about 75. That might not be too bad. But that's quite a bit more than I think I want to spend for what I'm trying to do right now to win a Fight Club tournament that I don't really even care that much about. I mean, I don't care about winning. I need to rephrase that. I care a lot about the Fight Club tournament. Definitely I want to get in. I want to encourage that other people get in. But I don't think that I'm going to win with my lower level heroes, right? I'm just bringing in some commons and some uncommon heroes. So if I'm not going to take away the grand prize, I'm just going to play for the fun of it. Then that's a lot to spend just for the fun of it, right? Sergeant Filthy McNasty, hello. Just wanted to jump in and Will, hit that likes there. Thank you very much. And Sergeant, we took a look at your Twitter a little earlier today. I think this is the one. Sergeant has a tweet out there about the Halloween costume contest for Chaos Storm. I'm going to drop this link into chat as well. If y'all are not joining in on the costume contest, I think it's been pushed back. I think this little thing right here says it was supposed to be for October 31st, but it's definitely been pushed back till the 4th. That's Friday. So we might want to get in and take a look at that a little bit if y'all aren't participating in there. And just as a very brief show of what's going on, they've got the side quests where people are taking pictures and sending in their costumes. Of course, this is a lot of pets, but we got some costumes in here for everybody else. Very good stuff. So if y'all have pictures that you've taken from Halloween in your costumes, our own Freak here in chat right now was doing rock climbing in their costume. Wall climbing. Very cool. Let's see. It's the only channel that allows P2P and hawking your wares. Gotcha. Sabu says, willing to sell. Willing to sell. Yes, when I was looking at the WTS. Yep, or want to sell. Willing to sell. Let's see. There's a lot of general accepted abbreviations to learn. Indeed. Look at the link you posted up here somewhere. You know, take a look at this. An easy to see way of graders have liquidity. Let's go ahead and view that. Sure you want to leave YouTube? No, I'm not. Back to YouTube. Let's open up another terminal here and go to that. Yes. Go to site. Oh yeah, the market data in ADFK, absolutely. And do they have greater stuff in here as well? I suppose they do, right? Lessers. There's fortitude stones. I'm not seeing that they have greater crystals in here though. But this is showing stuff in the tavern as well, right? So if we don't see it in here, it's an easy way to tell just what's in the tavern, right? I know what WTF stands for, Umar said. This is nice. Let's see. I've sold greater vigor crystals at 33 and 35, so those seem steep. Thanks, Umfred. Umfreak. I'm glad to hear that before I dive in at 75 price. And I've had 3 for 100. So sitting for a while on there, I'd say they're around 35 each. Thanks a lot. I definitely don't want to get, I don't want to say scammed, but definitely don't want to fall into some kind of time period when they're way overpriced. Let's see. Sergeant is saying, yes, correct. Much love. Absolutely. Get yourselves into submit some pictures into the costume contest. We've been showing them off all day today, every couple of hours. Huawei is asking, do you play any other DeFi games? Sandbox, I guess, or I should say I have played some Sandbox stuff. I still feel that that's going to be a very good thing. In fact, I would love to have a DeFi Kingdoms experience or a game built into a Sandbox experience. I think that would be really fun. I built Sandbox experiences before, and maybe I'll do that on my stream one time and have a play to earn in Sandbox that's DeFi Kingdoms related. Other than that, I haven't really played a lot of DeFi. I'm looking at Mirandus right now as another DeFi. I played Townstar for a little bit. Was not overly excited about that. Got out fairly early. I guess that's all that I've played as far as DeFi goes. I thought you were looking for regs. No, not regs. Although, maybe regs. I'm looking for good prices on things. Again, I'm just kind of doing price comparisons at the moment to see if if it's worth that compared to like the lesser crystals and so on. So what did we see for lesser fortitude? We saw like 1.3 or something like that, or 2.3. And here, regular stones, not stones, crystals. Regular crystals for fortitude. So that's 13, looks like, for a regular fortitude crystal. 6 times as expensive, but if we're really trying to get our paladin beefed up, maybe that would be good. 13.8. Let's come back over here and look at fortitude crystals. DFK fortitude crystals. And if we wanted to buy 3 of them, is there really no liquidity for 3? Is there liquidity for 1? Come on, you can do it. Switch that over to Jewel for a minute. And let's see, it says going to USDC. Let's go back to Crystal for just a minute. That's also going to USDC. That's interesting. The best pool for that is USDC. Can I get 3 now? Let's see, it looks like 10. But if we do 3, then there's 44. And that's changing it to Crystal to Jewel first. Wow. So it's 14 crystal per. Yikes. TuneFed says you can go to settings and disable multi-hop and 1 might work. Yeah, we could try that, I guess. I haven't tried this in a way to force it yet. Let's see if we can force it there. You would think if you could buy 3 of them, you could at least buy 1, right? Although that does not seem to be working out for us. Let's try 4 maybe? No. Alright. All right. So let's see. Zabu says, saw an advanced hero descendant of a Gen0 1 through 19 near the floor. Interested in picking up for a dark summoning, but mostly have reason to cry when airdropped due to reroll. Oh man. Yeah, I wish that we had a way to see the descendants of Gen0 1 through 19s in the tavern. I really would love to. I'm surprised actually, and maybe even I would go so far as to say I'm frustrated that if Gen0 1 through 19s are going to get re-rolled, and we've known this for a long time now, why can't we at least have a red border around here that shows, hey, this is a descendant of number 1 through 19, beware, you know? Because I think when I was first getting into the game, in fact, for the first like 3 months that I was into the game, maybe even 4 months, I didn't know anything about the Gen Zeros numbered 1 through 19 or the descendants or anything, and I never was looking at that at all. I was just blindly buying heroes, and it wasn't until much later that I saw some video saying, shame on those people for selling, you know, these Gen Zeros or these heroes that are descendants of these Gen Zeros. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what you're talking about. And he's this one person, I forget who it was now, was talking about shaming people for selling those things. I was like, how would somebody even know that? Let's see. So it would be nice to have a little red border or some kind of indication around the heroes that are descendants of that. And so I'm a little frustrated that the devs haven't considered that those are heroes we need to be watching out for. And they're not really protecting any of us right now. We have to do our own research. And for new players, I think that's too much to ask for new players. Like I said, me as a new player, my first 4 months or so of the game, I had no idea that that was even a thing. And, you know, I didn't even know to do research or anything like that. So it'd be nice for them to at least, you know, put a little color around there or something. Seems like that'd be easy enough to do. Let's see. TuneFed says, yeah, the disabling multi-hop does work once in a while. You know, I would think so too. If I could buy 3 of them in there, I should be able to buy 1 for sure. So I don't know why it wasn't working a minute ago. They have identifiers now and warnings in Discord at least. See, but nobody's going, I shouldn't say nobody. New players are not going to be going to Discord and looking those things up in there, I don't think. A new player is going to come into here, or even me. I want to come into here and I want to buy a freaking hero. I don't want to be going to 3 different places to check to see if they're descendants or something. Or to be honest, I don't even want to go to one other place. I want to be able to look right in here and see a mark if it's a descendant of a Gen 0 1 through 19. Why do I have to go to Discord and copy and paste the hero ID number and look that up over there and find the right Discord channel? It's too much work. I don't want to do it. Let's see. There's someone in Grady's stream that bought an expensive trans or elite thinking it was true. Makes me sick. Yeah, exactly. These new players, it's too much to ask, I think. Even for me, I'm still a fairly new player. I wouldn't call myself a brand new player. But even for me, I don't want to go to that hassle. Yeah. Come on, devs, get on it. Give us a little tag marking here. What are y'all doing with your time? I'd much rather have a tag on there that probably takes y'all an hour to program. Even just a colorization somewhere, even red color or something. Red border, who knows what. Just make it simple. Do something that y'all can do in an hour. Just program that. All right, let's see. So if we were gonna buy those to level it up, I think that would be okay. I'm a little scared to level up that paladin, to be honest, because I have a feeling that paladin's meant to be doing something else. Why is it level 1? Heroes, paladin, warrior, level 1. But he's not maxed out on experience yet, so that makes me think that he's just a new hero. I've got some level 5s that are all forest. That's for the duels. All right, so what hero is this? 41,720. 41,720. Let me look at that one. 41,720. We have as not leveling it up. Why am I not leveling this one up already? I don't know. I need, you know what would be really nice to have on these heroes as well? Like a button for notes or something, so we could keep notes about these heroes, like what their purpose is, what we're trying to do with them. I'd like to be able to click on a little notes button and see what my plan was for Drew Creek Prowler. TuneFit says, yeah, being able to group or tag them is a big need. Yeah, indeed. That would be nice. Would be nice. Yeah, and I would say maybe you're right as far as like tagging or grouping them would even be better. Something else that I was thinking of the other day as far as duels go, I would love to have the ability for duels. And is there something out there already where someone's mentioned something for duels where when we come into duels, I would like to have a way that I could go into like squad and be able to see or select maybe a team that I already have in place or I've used before. Like I don't really want to have to come through here and select all these same guys again, right? I'd rather be able to have a team that's already worked out well or that I've set aside that I can just say, oh, I'm going to, have a drop down, I'm going to select a certain team of hero ID numbers, right? Presets, yeah, kind of like a presets, absolutely. And not only for the team, but also the stat and the background that I use for that team. So yeah, a lot more like presets, I guess. Yeah. So TuneFed or anybody else out there, have y'all heard of any suggestions like that for duels? All right, let's see here. Nobel says, I'm off. Have a good one. See you tomorrow, Nobel. In fact, your last little comment right here is in time for the final wheel spin of the day coming up in about 4 minutes. So you'll definitely be in on that. Have a good day, Nobel. Or good night, I should say. I know it's like almost 1 a.m. your time, so I really appreciate you staying up to all hours of the night to be here and hang out with us. Alrighty, guys. Got about 3 more minutes to go until the final wheel spin of the day. Keep in mind that it is a 15-minute activity timeout, so even if you say something now, you should be still active for that 15 minutes when it comes time for the 5:30 spin. So let's go ahead and even Mystical Meows is chiming in. Nice. Sabu, potatoes in chat. Okay, so for some reason, I've got a little note to myself that says I should not be up I should not be leveling up this paladin. So now I'm really curious. Why would I not want to level up that paladin? I have a feeling that the only reason that I didn't want to level up this paladin is it's a new paladin that I have, and I wasn't quite sure what to do with it at the time. That's literally what I'm thinking now. And I wasn't sure how to level it up. Paladin Wizards. How do I normally level up Paladin Wizards? I mean, Paladin Gardeners. How would y'all level up a Paladin Warrior? What stats would you be looking at, and what crystal would you use? Let me pull up my little chart, and I will tell you what I have in mind for it. Let's see. Paladin Gardeners. I would use... Paladin Gardening. Paladins make decent gardeners, and so I've got Vitality, Endurance, Wisdom with a lesser Vigor crystal. Vitality, Endurance, and Wisdom. So if we look back here, Vitality, 82% for that. Endurance and Wisdom would be the others, Endurance and Wisdom, right here. With an extra Vigor crystal to help boost Vitality even more, right? The reasoning behind that is because with a gardening profession, we do want Wisdom and Vitality to be boosted up a bit more, and especially if we've got blue Vitality, that would seem to make sense there. However, I'm thinking for this particular one, maybe we want to do something a little special with this one. I would say for this one, I might make an exception. If we're going to be using this one for DFK duels, in which case it's going to take, DFK duels is going to take our hit points to be our current health plus our endurance, right? Plus our endurance. Then maybe what we want to do is we've already got this Vitality boosted up with blue. Maybe what we would want to do is use and we've already got 20% here for the secondary growth stat for Wisdom, which is really good, again, for that gardener. So this guy's going to make a fantastic gardener as he levels up. But if we want this guy to be a little bit more geared towards DFK duels, and maybe even PvP, maybe Wisdom games PFP a little bit later, then maybe we want to be using a Fortitude crystal there as well, right? Zabu, thanks for knocking those spammers out. All right, guys, it is 30 minutes after the hour. If y'all said something in chat not too long ago, then y'all are listed here as well. So we've got Nobel, Mystical Meows, Toonfed, Freak, and Zabu as names in our chat. If your name is not on that list, then you need to say something else here to get on the spinning of the wheel, our last spin of the day. So again, I already have Nobel, Mystical Meows, Toonfed, Freak, and Zabu. Sardo Fritz is here. Worm is here in the background. Everybody's lurking. Love the lurkers out there. Give them a chance to get in. Bravo Slabs, don't forget my name. Yay. Welcome on in, Bravo Slabs. All right, let's give everybody another maybe 30 seconds or so to get in. Zabu says, personally, I would not do intelligence, or I would do int instead of intelligence, but that's my extreme speculative strategy. Ah, that's right, because of the mana. The mana stuff. I hear you with that. I was eating my kids' candy. Oh man. Yeah, I need to look up vegan candy, and I might have to raid the vegan candies off the stores today as well, because I do know that today is the day. If you like candy, today, the day after Halloween, is the best day to just buy it all up. Just buy it all. Super cheap. Everyone's trying to sell their candy aisle out from Halloween. All right, let's go ahead and take these names here. Control C and copy. We're going to come back in here and paste that. There's no rollover this time, by the way. It's our last spin of the day. So we've got Bravos Labs, Nobel, Mystical Meow, Sardo, Fritz, Toonfed, Umfreak, Worm, 369, and Zabu. We're going to lock in those names. No more new names after this. Control C, they are locked. So let's do paste, 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 I guess. One more paste in there. Make those pie crusts a little, or pie slices a little smaller. All right, so there's our names. Bravo says, ready to play some matches in this coming tournament. Yes, Bravos Labs. That's what we're doing right now. In fact, we are looking at heroes, which heroes we want to bring in. Zabu says, Bravo saw your comment on wanting a guide and wanted to make a video showing complete start on Fight Club, but working on another video. Are you up to speed now? Excited for the tournament? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and Zabu, I saw one of your videos recently also, and I really like the fact that you're putting out some videos now, so awesome. All right, drum roll, please. Good luck, everybody. It's the last spin of the day. Drum roll. And the winner is Umfreak. Nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, guys, guess what we've got here today? We still got another 25 minutes of the stream to go, so we're not wrapping up stream quite yet. But sometimes I know people are ready to head out here at the end of the day or pretty soon. So keep in mind, these are the names that I've got. Umfreak, you now have 5 tickets. And after the stream, I'm going to be sending off some of these tickets to y'all if you do want to see these NFTs in your wallet, right? So those of you that want to see the NFTs being sent into your wallet, go ahead and just type wallet into chat right now, and I will get these NFTs sent into your wallets. Otherwise, if you just want me to hang on to them in, I guess what we're calling the bank, the winner's bank, maybe winner's bank, then I can just hold on to them here. You have this on stream and on video, so if something weird happens, we always have a backup on video. But of course, being in a Google form, we've got backups for this form as well, if anything weird were to happen. Let's see, let's put that on bold and maybe a little bit larger font, like 12 or something. So this is the winner's bank. Like I said, if you want me to send these to you in your wallet, just go ahead and type wallet into chat. Otherwise, they'll be here for you tomorrow and the next day and all that kind of stuff. And eventually, when it gets around to Saturday, you'll be able to use these tickets that are here to the giveaway, whether it's going to be a Gen 1, a newly summoned Gen 1, or it's going to be a pet or any of these other type of things. Y'all will get to put your tickets towards that at that time. All right, let's see. Back to our last 20 minutes of the stream. Let's see here. Zabu's videos, let's go check those out. So, Zabu. Let's see. We don't have that? I know I have that link somewhere. Let me pull this up. It's one and you only posted it yesterday. That's fine. I need a good link to your videos. Let me check private messages here real quick. Sabu, where are you in my private messages? There you are. But I don't have a link for you for that. Drop a link, Sabu. We all want to see your video. Sabu, the inverse sheller. Don't want to spam. Sabu, we want to see the video. I'm trying to find it right now. Sabu, DeFi Kingdoms. There we go. There we go. There's the link. Uh-oh.
Hey, how's it going, DFK family?
How's it going?
So I thought
Did I just do something weird in here? I just pulled it up into that link, which I probably didn't mean to do. Yikes. Can I go back? There we go. So really what I want to do is I want to copy that. I can't copy link in here? What the heck? Already watched it, Sabu said. Yeah, Bravos, I already watched it. But now I'm just trying to copy it. Oh, man. Is it going to cut it off? This is no good. Tell you what, I can look it up somewhere else. I'm not sure how I can grab that link from here. This little chat pop-up window is not extremely flexible as far as what it can do and all this kind of stuff. But if I come over to another screen, I can copy the link address and we can come and paste it up into here. And from here, we can go ahead and y'all can see it in chat. Y'all can do it. I've already subscribed. I've already liked the video. I probably have already even left a comment down here as well, but oh, I did not leave a comment yet. Oh man. So let's definitely leave a comment for this. Great to see these new vids. Keep it up. All right, comment. Always got to leave a comment on these videos. Sir Jewel Staker, by the way, has one of my tickets, and I haven't seen him on my stream in a couple of days. But yes, Boon versus Grace. And Sabu, I actually had something that I wanted to share with you. Let's spend the last few minutes to look at this. So guys, those of you that already have done a lot of research into using Gaia's Grace or Gaia's Boon, right? So what Sabu and others are pointing out, I think Crypto Grady points out the same thing in that, and I think a few other people have pointed out the same thing here, in that Gaia's Grace has a 1% and Gaia's Boon has a 2%. And this is the stuff that goes on here, where we start to keep track of the fact that with 100 heroes, with the hatching 100 heroes, there might be a little bit better chance to get, you know, if you were to buy or take the money that you save, the 5,000 crystals here versus the 1,000 crystals for Gaia's Boon, right? So that's the whole point of this. And I would say that's very compelling. But here's what I am curious about, guys. The percentages. The 1% versus 2%. Is my brain playing tricks on me that the 2% is actually rolled 100 times is actually going to be a little bit better? if we say roll die 100D and we get roll a die net, here's what I'm a little concerned about. Let's roll this dice 100 times, right? It's a 100-sided dice. You've got a 1 in 100 for 100 times, right? And if you roll that, and then let's look at the stats. For some reason, it's not showing it. Why isn't that showing the stats? There we go. So if we roll and we do that, we can see we've rolled a 1 one time, we rolled a 2 one time, we rolled a 3 3 times, right? So let's take a look back here. We rolled a 99 4 times this time, and 100 0 times. So if you had gone for Gaia's boon with 2%, you would have gotten 4 mythics in this particular time, because both of these both 99% and 100% is part of your 2%, right? So you would have gotten 4 mythics having gone for Gaia's boon instead of Gaia's grace. And this particular roll, of course, it's kind of random, right? Let's try it again. If we roll again and look at stats, then here we see no times for either one. Doesn't matter if you went with Gaia's boon or Gaia's grace, you'd get no mythics. Either way. Let's go again. Show stats. Here you would have gotten a mythic whether or not you did Gaia's grace or Gaia's boon. Gaia's boon would have given you 1, Gaia's grace would have given you 1. So in that particular case, you'd win either way, right? Let's spin it again. Let's go. Here is again the same thing. You would have gotten it 1 time for either one. Let's go again. Show stats. Here you would have got it 2 times for Gaia's grace, and you would have also got it 2 times for Gaia's boon. So that's good. Here you would have gotten it 2 times for Gaia's grace, but 3 mythics for Gaia's boon. Right? If we go again, here you would have gotten 3 mythics for Gaia's boon and no mythics for Gaia's grace. 3 mythics for Gaia's boon, no mythics for Gaia's grace. So my thinking is that if we ran through maybe 100 times of this, let's go for 1,000 rolls, right? Let's go for 1,000 rolls of the dice and show the stats on this. Look at how many more times you would have gotten Gaia's boon on that than Gaia's grace. So again, I don't know if what I'm looking at right at this very minute is really what I would say is the end of the debate. I'm not satisfied with what I'm looking at right here. But I'm thinking that with a 2% chance rolled again and again and again, it's actually more than double your odds. It's more than double your odds, I feel. I could be totally mistaken. But this would have gotten us a total of 26 mythics over 1,000 rolls. But only 9 mythics if we had done Gaia's grace. Let's go for 10,000 rolls. And stats on that. So one other way that we can look at it here is we're getting twice as many over a long period of time, which I guess would be the 2-for-1 that we're talking about. Show stats on that. Yeah. So that might be accurate. I'm gonna need to look at that a little bit closer. I'm not completely satisfied that there is not some kind of bonus that we might be overlooking slightly for Gaia's Boon. All right, see, Grace gives you the opportunity to switch variants in your favor with the cheaper prices and more hatches, and the misses hurt a little bit less. They could, yeah. If you only have a few eggs, I'd probably boon with less a chance at the positive chances at positive variants. Yeah. Something else though that I do like the Grace for, and something Zabu that you kind of that your video really opened my eyes to a little bit more, was the fact that you still are going to have 200. So if you do it this way that you're talking about here using Grace, you're still going to have 200 pets. And even though you're probably going to have about the same chances at Mythics, the way to have 200 pets is quite a bit more substantial to either sell those pets or to be able to have pets for your other heroes, even if they're not mythics, right? So in a way, I'm kind of liking Grace a little bit better, as you are saying. Not only for the fact that with the savings that you have and being able to pump out twice as many pets and get those 2 mythics that you're talking about here for almost the same dollar cost or less, that you end up with 200 pets. Especially for those of us that have, 100 or more heroes, or those of us that have several hundred heroes, Grace might indeed be the way to go, especially when we start having or being able to apply pets onto those heroes, right? Yes. Anyway, guys, go ahead and subscribe to Zabu's channel on YouTube. Give him a like, subscribe. And you know what, Zabu, if you can get a playlist together of 10 videos, and I don't know if you've got a playlist right now started for DeFi Kingdoms playlists. You don't have one yet. So I would say take this little video that you've got, start a DeFi Kingdoms playlist, and then once you've got that going, then you should be able to go over to DeFi or All Things DFK, and we can get you submitted to this All Things DFK, right? And then you could be on here as well. And I think that would get you a little bit more notoriety or more people looking at your videos also, right? So very cool stuff. They got AMAs, DeFi Kingdoms videos. Nice. Oh, let's see. We'll go over and watch this after this, Abu. Way to get going, inspiring me to take the leap and eventually do it as well. Absolutely. More of y'all doing DFK videos, I think the better off it's going to be, especially if we're lifting each other up and liking and subscribing and all that kind of stuff. Then more and more people are going to start seeing DFK back in their streams and in their headlines and in their suggested lists. That'll bring more users. We really need to get the DFK word out more to more people to start bringing in that extra, those extra eyeballs, those extra wallets, extra money. And then, of course, those people will help spread the word as well. All right, guys, I think we're about to wrap up the stream right here. It looks like tomorrow, one of the things that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to spend a little bit of time this evening to figure out if I really want to be leveling up this paladin. And if y'all want to give me suggestions as far as which stats to level up, I'm really thinking about having this paladin go towards Fight Club. And if I want this paladin to be a good Fight Club participant, then I think what I really want to do is beef up the endurance a lot more and have a lot more health. Bravo Slab says, you can teach us C++. I think I'm going to start off with Python, Bravo Slab. Python is, I think, the most common language that I keep seeing when dealing with people and blockchain interactions. Also, I think Python is closest in language syntax to Solidity, which is needed for smart contracts and interacting with the Ethereum, EVM blockchain stuff. So I think Python is probably the way to get started. Python, I would love to do shell scripting and so on, but it's not quite as powerful as Python or some other real programming language would be. And also, of course, Linux, Unix shell script would be most viable just for people with Linux and Unix. And I would rather have something a little bit more cross-platform like Python. Bravo Slab says, I got an asset for you to give away. Hey, all right, Bravo Slab. We can work on that. What network is it on? I'm going to guess Polygon Network, but maybe you've got something else. Freak says, is it okay to jump right into Python? I hear sometime getting a base in JavaScript is good. I would say it's probably okay to jump into Python. I think that I can teach that well enough. I've been teaching computer programming classes for decades. And I usually get, at the end of my classes, we usually have a survey asking the students, and when I say students, these are adult students, right? These aren't kids in school. But these are adult students that come into class. They're sent to my classes usually by their companies. It's corporate training. And so they get to fill out surveys at the end of the class, and I usually get really good scores on those. So people appreciate, I guess, the style, the way that I teach, think that I teach things pretty well. Yeah, I did C++ a while back, a long time ago. I can't do it right off the top of my head anymore. Ethereum, it's in Sandbox Official Asset Collection. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, we could look at that, Bravo Slab. I do see it's about 6 o'clock. Time for me to wrap up this stream. Thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. We're going to pick back up. I mean, we have got our morning stream on Twitch. We're going to be giving away some more of the giveaway tickets. In the morning streams, we talk about the market a little bit. We go over spreadsheet updates for gains. I think we're going to figure out what we're going to do with this hero, or a couple of heroes, a Dark Knight and a Paladin, maybe level them up for Fight Club. So we'll be dealing more with Fight Club stuff as well tomorrow. And maybe we'll take a look at Python also, and try to do something with the Python. And I hope, you know what would be really cool is if we could just get something very quick and easy set up with Python to interact with the DFK blockchain. Maybe that will be our very first thing that we do, is let's just pull some information from the DFK blockchain and have a foundational Python script to get started, and maybe inspire some other people to get into that as well. So I thought maybe we'll work on that tomorrow. Yeah. All right, guys. Starbuck says, hey, everyone. Starbuck, we are just wrapping up stream right now, but we're talking about doing a little bit of Python programming tomorrow, perhaps, as well as a couple of other things, looking into some heroes to get into the Fight Club. I don't know if you heard the last couple of sentences or not, but it looks like that's what we're going to be doing. I'm in, Starbuck says. Nice. Very good. So if anyone wants to brush up a little bit on Python, or maybe start to install some software that allows them to do a little bit of Python coding, that is what we're going to look towards. I'm probably going to do the installation of a Python development environment on this machine tomorrow as well. So I won't do that off stream is what I'm getting at, but I'll try to do that on stream so I can kind of show that as well. Maybe we'll have a video saved of doing it. Let's see, Worm says, if we could run a query to look up quest rewards, that would be great. Yeah. So let me make a note of that on a little little thing over here as far as what we can do with our, as we start off with some of our Python scripting and interacting with the DFK blockchain. So I'm going to put over here Python. And maybe one of the, if y'all want to give other ideas, we can do that too. But we're going to maybe have a vote count. And maybe we'll put this in our Discord as well. We'll put a couple of ideas into Discord and vote on those. But here we've got run a query to look up quests rewards. Let's just copy that. And I'll paste that into the spreadsheet as something we can do. And then also, let's see, Starbucks says, there is a book titled Learn Python in One Day and Learn It Well on Kindle for about $3. It's a good intro. Oh, interesting idea. Yeah, let me, let's look at that tomorrow as well. I'll pull up the web page for it and show that on stream tomorrow as well. But if y'all want to look at it ahead of time, you're welcome to it. Thank you. That's what I need. Absolutely right, guys. I'll also be looking up a couple of online tutorials and maybe some YouTube videos as well for very, very introductory Python and configuring the development environment and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll have some good links for y'all by tomorrow on that as well. If y'all find some good links for beginners and introduction stuff as well, let's think about dropping those into chat and helping out. And I'll start to create a little resource for learning Python. In fact, maybe I'll even add a section in the Darlantis Discord. In fact, I'll do it right now. Let's add another channel in here for, let's see, create a channel. Learning Python. And that way we can put links and all that kind of stuff in there, create the channel. And let's see. Where did it end up going? Am I missing it? Let's just do, whoops, not do that. Let's do stub, and we are going to start learning Python. All right. And let's move that down to here. There we go. So right under the bottom of our text channels, or maybe even, yeah, that's a fine place for it. Bravo says, how much will you charge for each lesson? Bros, for you, I'll charge $100 a lesson. How does that sound? Is that a good deal? Let's fucking go. Nice. 420.69 bloaters. That sounds amazingly good, Cebu. I think that would be the way to go. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, I am out of here for the day. Get set up in the Discord. Come and say hi in the Learning Python channel right here. We're going to start dropping links. If you have some links, like I'm going to look up this thing that I guess Starbucks said a little while ago about there is a book titled Learning Python. I'll drop links for that. If anyone else drops links first, that's great. I'm going to start looking up videos for it. We'll drop some links in there for that. And this will be a place that we're going to go and try to put some stuff together. Anyway, guys, I am out of here for today. Super excited about getting us more active on the blockchain and doing a little bit of blockchain programming, some scripting, automation, tools that can help us out, finding out how we can do whatever it is that we want to do with the DeFi Kingdoms chain. So until then, until tomorrow, rock out.